This week saw Games Workshop really delve into exactly what we're going to be getting when Warcry hits. Pre-orders are up right now if you want to get stuck in and involved for the starter set and a few bits and pieces extra for this new skirmish game set in the world of Age of Sigmar and the Mortal Realms. The core box itself comes with two different warbands in there. So you've got the Iron Golems, who are the smiths and weapon artists of the Chaos Hordes, and also the Untamed Beasts, who are very, very different from them, and they just basically want to see the entire of the realms burn and everyone turn into cannibals, basically. You also get a whole bunch of Chaos creatures in there, so you've got the Raptorix and the Harpies in there, which I thought was very, very cool. And there's also a massive amount of terrain in the box for building up a 3x3 sort of style board that also comes in the box as well. It's a double-sided board, which is pretty awesome. Very nice to see. There's also the core box, the core book, sorry, and also a bunch of tokens in there for you to get started playing the game right away. For those of you that don't know about Warcry, it's a sort of quick and simple sort of skirmish game that they've put together that's done by the writers between of both Kill Team and Warhammer Underworlds. So it kind of bridges that gap between the two for those people that want to get stuck into games on a very sort of like microcosm level, where you've got individual guys fighting each other for battle and supremacy and all that kind of thing. There's also like a campaign sort of driven into this as well. So for every game that your warband plays, things will upgrade and expand, and you'll tell a little bit of a story and a narrative with your guys as you go through. But all of this is tied to your warbands very specifically, so you don't have to play with the same group all the time in order to get those advancements and that kind of narrative building up as well, which I thought was really cool. So it's a little bit like with Blood Bowl or something like that, where you could play multiple different teams all over the place if you just told them what your level was and that kind of thing as well, which I thought was pretty good. As well as the Chaos Warbands themselves and that core box, there's also some expansion stuff coming on the way. So you've got some new terrain, which is a lot of the refactored sort of graveyard stuff that they had for One Fantasy Battles. Mm-hmm. And there are card packs for a bunch of the other factions within the different Grand Alliances. So if you don't fancy playing as one of the Chaos Warbands that they've been putting together, you can play as Stormcast Eternals, a whole bunch of different Uruk races as well, the different factions within there. So you've got Grots and stuff, which is pretty cool. You've got the Nighthawk, you've got Ideneth Deepkin, and there's going to be a lot more coming in the future as well. They've said that all of these sort of warbands from the different races can probably be put together using maybe one box. So you don't have to have a massive expenditure when it comes to starting into this game. So a good starting point, as Kill Team was for a lot of people in 40k, for those people that want to get stuck into Age of Sigmar. So, very cool.
The terrain set in that core box is really, really nice. I think this is something I've noticed whenever Workshop do starter sets that have that big lump of terrain in there, mm-hmm. people just go nuts for it. I guarantee you this is going to be the same as the Kill Team box whenever it first came out. You remember it had that massive set of terrain in there?
Yeah.
You could not find them for love nor money because people just went, bang, I'm having it all.
There's a Skaven screaming bell at the back there. Do the Skaven know they've taken it?
Who knows?
Maybe. It's maybe on them.
They are one of the Chaos factions now.
They're
so
not Chaos.
They are in the new world.
Yeah, I know they say that.
The Horned Rat's a Chaos God.
Is he bumhole?
The interesting thing about this, which I thought was really cool, is that each of the different warbands that they've designed for this game aren't necessarily tied to one of the particular Chaos Gods. So they're not like Khorne worshippers or Slaaneshi worshippers, etc., etc. A lot of them all worship various aspects of Chaos in different guises. Like, for example, the Cypher Lords, which you can see down there at the bottom, which are one of the new warbands that was shown, I think it was last weekend. They live in the realm, I think it's the realm of life or light, one of the two. And they actually put forward this appearance of this very shining, good civilization that actually works in the background to support the Chaos Gods. So they're very Zentian, but with a little bit of a twist to it as well, which I thought was really, really cool. And it's the first time we're actually seeing a lot more of that sort of like sort of Asian style model as well, which I thought was really good. So yeah, some awesome stuff coming up for those guys that want to get themselves involved with Chaos, but not particularly, the Blood, Death and Khorne or the weird festering mutations of Nurgle and stuff like that.
So if you're tired of painting spiky bits and gooey bits,
yeah, you can just paint slightly different spiky bits and gooey bits with feathers thrown in as well. So yeah,
it's good to have options.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's got me excited. I'm very curious to see where people go with this, and it's nice to see them actually reusing that old Mausoleum kit because I think it's one of the best ones they ever did, just for what you get in the box.
It is very cool. Yeah.